Welcome to Tabarak Educational Platform. I'm Mr. Hesham Talat from Tabarak Private School. In the beginning, I have to thank our respected chairman, Mr. Yunus Al-Rahbi, for his great efforts to make this educational bridge to connect the students with the school.
Dear students, through Tabarak Educational Platform, we continue our online teaching for grade 12. Today we have grammar. And today's grammar will focus on modal verbs. When any student asks me, what do modal verbs mean? Or what are modal verbs? Modal verbs are special verbs which are used to indicate ability, advice, possibility, permission, and obligation. We use modal verbs to support other verbs or main verb. So modal verbs are auxiliary verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb or action verb of the sentence. There are lists of modal verbs and many examples of modal verbs: can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would, and ought to. Ought to, what does ought to mean? Ought to, it is the alternative word for should. So when we use should, we can say also ought to. How do we use modal verbs in the sentence? Of course, we have to start with subject, which can be a noun or a pronoun. A noun like Aisha, Salim, Khalid, the teacher, my cat, my friend, the table. Okay? Then we use modal verb: can, could, shall, should, may, and so on. This modal verb should be followed by the main verb or the action verb: sleep, run, go, drive, write. Okay, we have an example. Mary can play the piano. Here in this example, Mary is the subject, proper noun, and can is the modal verb, play is the main verb or action verb, and the piano is used to complete the sentence. So, can play. What is the form of modal verbs? There is no S in singular form. So, you can say he shoulds, he cans. Of course, it's wrong because as we know that we have to add at the end of the verb letter S with he, she, it, singular. He plays, it's okay, but we can say he cans. No. He can swim? No, it's wrong. So, no S in singular form. There is also no do or does in the questions or in the negative. Don't say, she doesn't can. It's wrong. Or, I do will. Also, it's not perfect. Let's go to see some examples to understand more. He can ski. He can ski, not he can ski or he can skis. So he can wrong and he can skis also wrong. Another example. Would you like to come with me? Correct. Do you would? Oh, do you would? It's not perfect. So it's wrong. Do you would like to come with me? Why? Because we can't use do with the modal verb would. Last example here. They can't be serious. Of course, correct. But they don't can be serious. Of course, it's not perfect and incorrect sentence. So why? Because we cannot use don't with modal verb. Don't can. It's wrong sentence. Modal verbs don't have infinitives or ing form. How, mister? Look at the examples. To can, wrong. Canning, wrong. To must, also wrong. And the musting, of course, is not perfect and wrong word. So, why? Modal verbs are followed by an infinitive without to. No to. Just with have to and what? Has to and ought to. But can, could, shall, should, must, may, might, no to. They are followed by an infinitive without to. Look at the examples. She must study foreign languages. Must study. Don't say must to study, wrong, and must studying also incorrect and wrong sentence. He could play football in his free time. He could play, correct. He could to play, wrong, and he could playing, also wrong. We should sleep early. Should sleep early. It's perfect sentence. But most students write we should too sleep early. And of course, it's incorrect sentence and it's the wrong one to say should to sleep. Should sleep, no to. Why? Because modal verbs are followed by an infinitive without to. Memorize this one and it's not very well in your mind. No to with modal verbs. Now let's move to the modal verbs groups. The first two modal verbs can and can't. We use can and can't to express ability. Ryan can speak French very well. Adil can't ride bikes. If we look at the two sentences and two examples, we'll find what Ryan can speak. She is able to speak, or she has the ability to speak French, and Adil also can't means is not able to ride bikes. So to express ability. Will, may, could, would, might. We use this group of modal verbs to express future possibility, to predict something. But of course we have degrees for each one. How? You will see through our examples. Oman will win the final match tomorrow. So here I am sure that, or nearly sure that Oman will win the match. So the degree of possibility here is 90%. I'm nearly sure or I am sure. Ali may come to my party. I could get a high mark in English this year. My father would buy me a new mobile phone. So may, could, would. It's almost the same meaning to express what I am not sure. I am not sure, or 50% degree of possibility. Last one, might. Khalid might finish reading the story tonight. When we use might, means I don't think someone can do something, or the action may happen. So I am not very sure. Might means I don't think, or I am not very sure. So Khalid might finish reading. I know he can't, but of course I give maybe 10% possibility degree. Can, may. We use can and may for many purposes. To express request, to express offer, to express permission. Look at the examples. For request, can you give me a pencil please? May I open the window please? So these two examples, can and may here, You can what it's you to make you polite. It's called a polite request. Also, it's better when you ask someone for something, you have to add please in the beginning or at the end. We use can and may to express offer. Can I carry this bag for you? So here I offer to help someone, so I can use can. And of course, not to remind you again that all modal verbs can should be or must be followed by infinitive without to. Can I carry this bag for you? Also, we can use me and can to express permission. Can I use your mobile phone or cell phone? I ask for permission. Yeah, you can go out with your friend tonight. So I give permission, asking for permission and also giving permission. You can leave now. You can use my phone. So I give you permission. Should, ought to. Should and ought to, we use them for giving advice. You are driving too fast. You should slow down a little bit. So you should means I advise you to slow down. It's better for you to slow down. Here I can replace should with ought to. So you ought to slow down. Let's go to the second example. You have gained a lot of weight. You ought to go on a diet. So ought to here also the same meaning of should, to give advice, but the only difference between should and ought to is to. How? Should, no to, followed by infinitive without to. But ought, I have to add to before the infinitive. Should study, correct. Ought study, wrong. Ought to study, okay? Must, have to, has to, need to. We use this one and this modal verbs to express something is essential and necessary to do or to be done. You must pay by cash. So no money is accepted in the bank or something like that. So you must pay, you have to pay only by cash. You have to drive on the right in France. When you go to France, you can't drive on the left side. So you have to, you must. It is necessary to do, for you to do like that. Students have to, or also can say need to wear uniform at school. Have to, need to, must, or all are equal meanings. Okay? Must, have to, need to means obligation and necessity. Something is very important and necessary and essential to be done according to the law or the rules. Needn't, don't, have, doesn't have. To express something is not necessary to be done. No need to do it. It's not important. Look at the examples. We don't have to get up early on Saturday. Why? Saturday, of course, is a holiday. So it's not necessary. It's not important for us. No, we don't need to get up early on that day. She doesn't have. Of course, we said here don't. We say don't because we. And we wrote here doesn't because she. He, she, it, and singular. Okay, they take what they take doesn't. So she doesn't have to live in the hotel. She can live with us. Of course, we have more space and rooms in our house, so no need for her to stay in the hotel. So she doesn't have to, or she needn't to live in the hotel. There are many laptops at school. You needn't bring yours. Of course. Why you bring your laptop? There are many laptops at school. You can use them. So you can use them. So no need to bring your laptop. You needn't bring. You don't have to bring your laptop. Very, very important notes here. You have to take care. Also, we have the past form of don't have to. and doesn't have to, it's didn't have to. So if you have something not important to do in the past, you have to use what? You have to use didn't have to. Yesterday, we didn't have to take a taxi. Why? Because it was early. We have much time. So we didn't have to take a taxi yesterday. So if you have a time word for the past, don't say don't or doesn't, you have to say didn't. Last one, and the most important modal verb of today is mustn't. We use mustn't to express something is not allowed or against the law. Students mustn't use mobile phones during exams. So mustn't here means they are not allowed by any way to use mobile phones during exams. It's forbidden for all students to use mobile phones. We mustn't smoke in hospitals. Means we are not allowed to smoke in hospitals because it's against the law and against the hospital rules. Drivers mustn't move when the light is red. Of course, the light is red. No car, no driver can move his car. So it is a rule and it is the law of traffic. So here what? Drivers mustn't move when the light is red. Okay? So we use mustn't to what? To express something against the law and to stop someone from doing something wrong. Now let's go to practice what we had explained. I think your thumb is broken. You dash go to the emergency room. Might, could, ought to, can. Here I give you advice. So should. Oh my god, but no should here. So the alternative word for should is ought to. You ought to go to the emergency room. Number 2. If you have much money, you dash get a loan from the bank. You have much money. Why you go to and ask money from the bank? So, no need. Yes, very good. So the answer is don't have to or needn't. Number 3. Children go with an adult at the zoo. So here what? It is a rule, yes. So, of course, it's a must. Children must go with an adult at the zoo. Because it is a rule, no children are allowed to go inside the zoo without an adult. Number 4. Dash, you like to have dinner with me tonight? It's offer. Yes. But take care here, like. Like? So the answer, of course, is would. Polite offer. Or request. Would you like? Don't say should you like, may you like, could you like, of course, all wrong. So would you like to have dinner? Okay. Last one, last example. We dash shout in the library. Shout in the library. Possibility, advice. What? It's against the law of libraries. So we have to follow the rules. So shouting in the library is against the law. So the answer is mustn't. We mustn't shout in the library because what? They will catch me and maybe do problems and punish me. So what? It is the law of libraries. No one can shout there. So I have to follow the rules. No one can shout, so we mustn't shout in the library. My dear students, here our homework. Homework of today to use modal verbs in different styles of questions. We have here multiple choice. We have here to complete. That's okay to fill in the gaps. And here also to choose. That's okay. Good luck for all. Try to practice at home and answer the homework carefully. Don't answer in hurry. Take your time, study hard, and thank you and best luck for all students.
Homework and other educational activities will be downloaded on Tabarak model. And if you have any inquiry, you can email the school. Thank you.